Hi, welcome back to the XII channel and part 36 in the series all about my Project 12 DIY modular analog synth. This time round it's a 2-in-1 module. So there's two circuits in the one module. The thing that they have in common is that they both take input signals and combine them to produce a mixed output. One of them is, I've called it Modulator. It's actually the ring modulator circuit based on a 4011 NAND gate that was in the Modular in a Week series by Christian Blaus. I'll put a link to his video for that. But more about that later. The other one is, I've called it Gator in this version. It's actually exactly the same circuit as my Little Box's OR gate or gate combiner. So I'm not going, Little Minting. So I'm not going to go into any great detail about that circuit because the circuit in the module is exactly the same as the circuit in the tin. There is a link on screen and down in the description which will take you to the Little Box's build video for this particular OR gate. And then there's links to circuit diagrams and things. So very, very simple circuit. That's actually a passive circuit. There is a build and a demo video already on that, so that's not included in this video. Go check out the links. For the modulator, as I said, it was the ring modulator circuit on the Modular in a Week series. Now, personally, I think that the ring modulator title is slightly misleading. For me, a ring modulator is one that actually uses a diode ring, and then it has the two transformers to do the modulation. I've already built a diode ring modulator. Again, there's a build video on that, so there'll be links for that as well. So if you want to see what that ring modulator looks like, go and check that out. That's another passive circuit, by the way, so that's a fairly straightforward build. But this uses a quad NAND gate, 4011 quad NAND gate. Christian did a circuit diagram. I've not reproduced the circuit diagram, but his circuit diagram looks like this. If you want something a bit more permanent, and I think his site has links to his diagrams, so you can go and get his stuff, but I'm just showing you that this is what he did. All I've done is take that diagram and do a strip board layout for my own purposes, and my strip board layout looks like this. Very, very simple circuit, hardly any components whatsoever. But do note that there is a dual rail power supply, so it is plus and minus 12 volts on this one. When you put it all together, the circuit board, the back of the module, the panel, looks like this. So you can see on the bottom of the panel I've got the Gator, the passive 3-input OR gate. And then at the top of the panel I've got the modulator, which has got the 4011 chip there. If we flip the panel over and have a look at the front of it, there isn't really any controls. There's, at the top you've got the modulator with its 2 inputs and an output, and at the bottom you've got the Gator with its 3 inputs and an output. So it's just jack sockets that you plug things into. I'll put a link down to my circuit board layout, which will be in the XII Dropbox folder, so you'll be able to get a good quality copy of that from there. That will be down in the description. Yeah, there's not a lot else to say about it. They are two very simple circuits. I'm not going to demo the OR gate circuit. As I say, that's in the Little Boxes series, but I will do a short demo of what the modulator circuit can do. Well, a little bit of what it can do. So let's go over to the synth. To demonstrate the modulator, I've set up a patch with a saw wave VCO going to input 1, triangle wave VCO going to input 2, and the output from the modulator is going through a Victrola, out of the Victrola VCA into the mixer. The CV input on both oscillators is coming from the Baby 8 sequencer, and the gate output on the Baby 8 is providing CV for the Victrola. So fairly straightforward. We'll see what the output sounds like. Well, you can hear, try that a bit lower, well you can hear that we do actually have both signals coming through, and there is some modulation between the two. So what I'm going to do now is tweak the pitch control on each of the oscillators and hear what the effect is. Just a short, quick demo of some of the things it can sound like. One of the things I did try to do was put a microphone into one of the inputs to get that classic ring modulator voice kind of effect. But it didn't pick up the microphone. I couldn't get it to work. But I have put, I'm using a saw wave and a triangle wave here. You can put square waves through. You can put the same, you can put a saw wave into both and modulate those two together. So there's a lot you can do with two oscillators into the modulator. Is it a ring modulator? Well, in my opinion, not quite. Is it a useful modulator? Well, you get some nice effects out of it. So, if you want to build yourself a very simple modulator to get some nice effects from mixing your VCO outputs, then I've given you anything you need, so go on, have a go. Build your own.